Dinosaur is lying in bed with Mr. Robson, snuggled warmly against her. He tries to wash her feet by licking them. Purr. Tee-hee. Mr. Robson, stop. I just took a naked shower already. What a day, huh? Did Dr. Leon really accidentally tell me he finds me attractive? Tee-hee! I've never seen him lose his composure like this before. In the 3 times I've seen him ever, it makes me kind of find him adorable. I can't deny it made me feel good. Especially since it came from someone with such impressive traps. The trapezius muscle, or monk's hood muscle, is the diamond-shaped muscle at the top of the back in human anatomy. I bet if you did all 10 rounds, he'd fuck you. Was I kind of shocked when the mysterious sexy man just called out my name? Do you think he noticed I reacted so tensely to it? Sometimes I think that it might be easier if people knew that I'm a dinosaur that emerged about 230 million years ago in the Triassic as a split within the broad group of dinosauriforms. But I'm afraid that people would not accept me. Maybe he or Leon would understand. They seem like such warm people. Or maybe they'll never talk to me again. Mr. Robson is licking his salty anus with great precision. Dinosaur lets out a giggle at the sight. Robson always puts a smile on her face, even during moments like these, where she feels insecure and anxious. He was there for me from the first moment I met him. It's been years now, but I still remember it as if it were yesterday. Dinosaur looks up, trying to activate a flashback, and once again wonders, who did the volume mixing for this game? A deaf person? Someone that can't hear? Someone that wasn't wearing their fucking headphones? Someone that actively likes making my life miserable? Mr. Clancy! What's going on, sport? Buckle up, everybody! Buckle up! How was Mugenics? How was it? How did you enjoy Mugenics? Oh no, a raiding party. Alright everybody, you're not allowed to click away. You must stay here for at least 10 minutes so that you can suffer. I still remember him lying there in that wet bag. It was a rainy night when Dinosaur was sobbing on her way home from a bad date. When she suddenly heard a strange noise coming from the alley. What? What's not safe about this for work? You're not supposed to breathe in water? After this will be more Mugenics. Huh? A few genics of Mugenics. Was that a cat? She could barely hear the sound above the sound of the rain splashing on the street. But even when she thinks back to that moment, she can still hear that desperate cry. I just get so choked up at this part. Ugh. The sound above the sound. Wow, that's writing. It's like I'm there. A few final breaths, desperately trying to squeeze out a hopeless sound of an exhausted set of lungs. From the bottom of a dumpster. When she opened the dumpster and carefully moved some bags, the faint sound became a little louder. Then she saw the bag. The bag that Mr. Robson was in. A bag with just enough accidental air holes to barely keep him alive. When she opened the bag and she saw him curled up, shivering from the cold. So thin and starved that it really made his six-pack pop. Jesus chic. Like you want to be chiseled like Jesus on the cross with those cum gutters. That's what you're looking for. But still, it was a very sad moment because of the almost dying part. Mr. Robson had a tough life. When Mr. Robson was just a cute little kitty cat, he was used as a model cat. Day in, day out, he was placed under blazing hot studio lights so that his owners could take pictures for things like memes, social media, greeting cards, and similar things in that vein. They only gave him enough food so he wouldn't act up and stay calm, while they put him in the awkward positions in funny outfits in front of the cameras. But Mr. Robson didn't know any better. He gladly did it for his owners. Even under the hot lights, he cherished those moments, because these were the only moments when his owners really paid attention to him. Even on the day where things went wrong. The day he got dressed up as a cowboy. Although it looked very cute and funny, he had not eaten for 2 days, and he was too tired to muster up the strength to stay on that rocking horse. He felt dizzy for a moment and slipped off the horse with his cute kitten body. He didn't even feel the impact he made from rolling off the table. He only saw a bright light. He can't remember what happened next, but he woke up hearing the sound of his owners discussing what to do with him. They sounded concerned, and even though Robson was very weak, it made him feel good. Only then did he feel the burning sensation of his burn on his paw. He had rolled into the studio lights during his fall, and his hair had been burned away by the heat. On the way to the vet, Robson was very scared. He could not see a thing and was not used to the loud hum of the car. He hadn't been in a car many times before, but he knew he had to put up a brave face so his owners wouldn't worry about him. Mr. Robson wondered if his owners had maybe put him in this bag because they knew he was very scared of the vet, and it would be less scary for him to for him this way. I added a few commas for that one. We had a couple of double commas earlier, like I'll just borrow those for those run-on sentences. But then the car stopped. He felt that he was being picked up, feeling the texture of the burlap sack scraping against his wound as he was lifted up. He stayed strong. He knew they were almost at the vet now. But then he felt himself suddenly being thrown down. The chaos made it difficult for him to hear what his owner's muffled voices were saying. But when the water started to seep from the bottom of the bag, Robson realized he wasn't going to the vet. He had been thrown into the water! This has to be a mistake, right? My owners would never do this, right? Confusing and desperate thoughts raced through his mind. This game took a turn. Oh, this is fucked up. There is a negative review for this game on Steam, where someone said the game goes from being a fun comedy to a prolonged sad story about animal abuse. And they're like, that's too much. Hard downvote on the game there. And I was like, how worried do I need to be? And at the very least, I'm glad it is just text on a black screen and not like, I assume we're gonna find out how he made it to the dumpster. Honestly, this is too much. For people who like kitty cats, this does seem like it's going to be rough for you. Hang on, everybody. You know Mr. Robson's gonna be okay in the end, right? So just you know he's gonna be okay. All of this is character building for him. It's character building. The water slowly rose to his chest muscles, his neck, and up to his chin. Funny enough, the feeling of panic decreased the higher the water rose. Maybe now I can finally get some rest. As he thought this, he felt just how exhausted he was from the past years, as if he was finally allowing himself to relax now that he no longer had to pretend. A tear welled up in the corner of his eye. Not because this was the end, but because even then, he couldn't believe that his owners would do this. As the tear runs down his cheek toward the rising water, he slowly closed his eyes. Save him! His owner's voice sounds panicky from outside the bag, while Robson now finds himself being carried away by the water. I'm tired, boss. Robson opens his eyes. I knew it! Then he hears the voice of his other owner. Hurry! But it's already too late. The water was already up to his eyes. But despite that, Mr. Robson feels happy. Happy because he was so wrong about his owners. Suddenly, the water descends at a rapid pace from the holes at the bottom of the bag, and Robson feels himself being lifted. His owners open the bag carefully but hastily. Robson fights the instinct to squint to the bright sunlight just so he can see his owners again as soon as possible. But when his cute little cat head peeks out from the edge of the bag, the first thing he sees are not the familiar faces of his owners, but a lens of a camera pointed at him. The years of being a cute kitten were long behind him, and a burn mark isn't cute enough to be put on memes and happy birthday cards. They threw him in the water just to be fished out again and filmed it. The video was then called Saving a Cat from Drowning. The video received millions of views, and his owners became heroes. Once again, money was made from his suffering. Dozens of videos later, it took him longer and longer to recover. Mr. Robson was getting older, more exhausted than ever before. But his owners were happy. So he was happy too. Until the inevitable day came when they got a new cat to replace him. After years of treating him like trash, they finally placed him in the trash. Wrapped in a garbage bag, dumped in a container. What Robson remembers most about this is that they didn't even say bye to him. This time, there was no one around to save him. If DDinosaur wasn't there that night, no one would have opened the bag before the garbage was picked up the next day. I still remember it so vividly. Those big, frightened, round eyes that looked up at me when I opened the bag. And the fact that they decided to write this segment 5 times longer than any other segment in the game. Afraid that even his cry for help was something he would be punished for. But when I asked him if he wanted to come home with me, that anxious look turned into a grateful smile. And even when there was no reason for him to trust anyone else, he was there for me that night. He picked me up and took me home. Since then, home finally feels like home. Purr! This went on way too long. Next to her in bed, Mr. Robson looks at her questioningly. He then rubs his head on her as if he could read her thoughts. He's an old cat now, but he has fully recovered. Hair in his paws grown back, and little of his burns are still visible. His shaved legs grave dinosaur side. So cute, I love him. Uh-oh. The phone on her bedside table vibrates as the screen lights up. One new message received. She gets a bad feeling in her toned abdomen as she hesitates to open the message. It's the same number as last week. I have another question for you, but think carefully about whether this is how you really feel. Are you ready? She looks at her phone with a confused look. What kind of a strange thing is this? Purr! I know this is my phone. I meant that message. Are you ready for your next question? Like, uncomedy can work, but we weren't set up for that kind of uncomedy. The juxtaposition, like, just far too long. And I know that's part of the humor, is like the longer it goes. Begin the elephant graveyard. D. You gotta put a space between your D's, like Scott. A space between your D's! Bum, 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 bum. It was too earnest. I think that might be part of the problem. Like, you can either go further, at which points, like, the comedy comes from how exaggerated it is. No room for Jesus. Or you just make it you found him in a dumpster and you're done. She's visibly startled when she immediately receives the next message. The only message only contains a question. A question that, although strange, actually makes her think. Can having a pet be a deal breaker for you in a potential relationship? She doesn't know if it's because of the therapy sessions, or if it's just an interesting dilemma, or if she's just plain bored, or she decides to answer in all honesty. Are pets a deal breaker? If the pet's another person, yes. Bird people. Hey, I'm good friends with bird people, thank you very much. Or she could even think about whether she fully agrees with her own answer. She receives yet another message. Interesting. Did you know that 81.8% of people give that answer? Huh? Is that so? Huh? Oh yeah, you're right, it's getting late. Robson! Do you kiss your mother with that mouth? Crab people. Oh yeah, sorry, rip. In a hurry, with a lot of sloshing sounds, Dinosaur walks in while looking at the clock. 10 minutes early, luckily, well in time. Guess there wasn't any need to rush after all. Oh, I'm so hot. Dinosaur waves her shirt in hope of cooling herself down. The movements make her king-sized breasts slap against her chest. Nothing sexual, but it does happen, so. Dinosaur takes a seat in the empty waiting room. Is it weird that I dressed up this time, hoping I would see him again? If he knew that, he'd probably think I was some crazy wall crawler or something. Spider-Man? Kinda weird to think that I would see him again anyway, after he was early for this appointment twice already. Maybe it's for the best. Dr. Leon probably isn't warning me about him for nothing. Still, she decides to fantasize about the man for a moment. What will I fantasize about? His veins or... No. No. I should listen to Dr. Leon. She only has one set of clothes. It's not my fault. You've been lying, saying that I took away your peace. Brother. Armando. What's going on, Krios? Where have you been all this time? We've been playing a game called Dinosaurs and Double D's. You didn't think to tell me. I'm sorry, I should have added you, you're right. How does she dress up? You monster, well you're here now. We all failed to warn Krios. That's true, you missed the prolonged segment about a story of a cat being thrown into a river. The what now? Oh, let's fantasize about his veins, you sick bastards. She fantasized about the throbbing veins that are wrapped around the mysterious man's arms like eels. But she snaps out of it because the door to the waiting room swings open. The attractive man she met earlier comes rushing in. When he sees Dinosaur, he subtly stops rushing and tries to take a seat in the waiting room nonchalantly. That's fair, Nara. Like I said, there's one review on Steam where someone's like, there's like a prologue segment and it just ruined the whole game for him. So, not surprised. With a big smirk, Dinosaur looks at the clock and then back at that beefcake. Oh, early again, are you? Starting to think you can't tell time. The man looks at her playfully. That's because I was also always late for my telling time lessons, haha. Laugh at his joke or awkward silence. Gave up gooning for Lent. This is the closest he'll be able to get until April. There you go. You're safe. Are we gonna laugh at his joke or awkward silence? That's the right answer. The right answer. Yes. Gotta keep negging this man. The obvious stalker. You missed that whole cat part? You feel bad now? You couldn't have known. Yeah, folks that missed the cat part, you didn't miss anything of value. Dinosaur stares at him with a questioning look.
Oh!
On his face, she could see that he is disappointed that that he went for it. There. He will now be reliving this moment for a few more times in bed tonight.
Huh?
Well, actually, if I'm being honest, I mean... He starts to stumble over his words. TBH, cringe AF. I want to be honest with you, but now that I'm about to say it, I'm afraid you're going to see me as a full-on crazy fuck Skywalker. I'm sure it won't be that bad. This time I'm not really early or well, not by accident. I just really enjoyed our conversations last time. And well, I was hoping to run into you today if I arrived a little early again. Okay. You can clearly see that he finds it difficult to explain. I don't know if you agree, but to me our conversation somehow felt too familiar. So fast. More than the conversations with Dr. Pagastot, even. Is that crazy? Oh man, I must sound insane. He's so cute when he's embarrassed. Is that crazy? If it goes into another prolonged, like, this cat also suffered because of blah blah blah, that might be like, all right, let's move on. Let's be understanding. It is a bit crazy, but so is caramel sea salt, and we all seem to act as if that's normal as well. What? Dinosaur feels relieved and secretly less strange herself for hoping to see him again today. She sneaks a sneak peek at his moist biceps that make any shirt look tight. She lets her prehistoric snake tongue slip out a few times to catch some of the scent. Some reptiles smell with their tongues, you know. Hey, what's your name anyway? He hesitates for a moment. My name is Hunk! I am in fact a large sentient piece of tofu from Resident Evil! I know. It's a dumb name, but my parents are both obsessed with looks. My mother is a model and my father is an acting and also plastic surgeon. Day in, day out, they are only busy with their appearances. Sometimes it even seems like looks are the only thing that matters to them. He emotionally stares into space for a moment. Very coincidentally, this is also in the direction of dinosaurs' half-bare feet. Personally, that's why I personally don't like superficiality. No, not me. I think the inside is the most important. Super cute. The name Hunk. Pretty dumb, I agree. Burn it to the ground. Hunk? That is a pretty dumb name indeed. But you just have to think about it like this. At least your name isn't Shake the Box. Oh, fuck you! And honestly, I think Hunk fits you just fine. Am I actually flirting? I normally never do that. I appreciate the compliment. But to be honest, I don't like being that attractive. I'm done with people just seeing me as a piece of sexy meat that they want to have sex with. No, I'm much more than that. Dinosaur stares at his breasts. Wait. Well, she barely listens to him because he's attractive. Honestly, it only just makes me feel so lonely. Dinosaur's heart skips a beat. Wait a minute. Lonely? That's how I feel too. A tear almost wells up in the corner of her eye, but then the door to Dr. Leon's office swings open.
Aha!
Dinosaur with big knockers. Come in. It's time for your appointment. As she stands up, Dinosaur looks at Hunk with concern and places her claw on his muscular shoulder. I feel sorry for you. Oh, don't worry. The doctor says that if I apply ointments for 2 weeks, it will just go away. Anyway, come in. Omni-Man finally got his medical degree. Good for him. Give me a moment. In the meantime, please take a seat. I'm going to set up another memory game. That way Chris won't install the game while screaming. Dr. Leon says while he's sitting at his desk intently looking through a book. Dinosaur notices that he looks very intelligent doing it. The cover of the book reads, How to Pretend You're Reading for Beginners.
Oh.
Interesting. He puts the book down and takes off his glasses. While clasping his hands together, he leans his imposing body towards her. What's wrong with memory games? There were 10 rounds of it! I felt like I was dying. I know you previously had your doubts about coming back here every week, so I think it's great that you're going through with it. Uh-oh. One of these options says flirt. Can we finally get that anaconda to unfurl from his trouser trap? Will his voluptuous balls float across our chin? Find out next time on This Sentence Is Over. A bee? Boop. When hearing herself talk, she's shocked by her own flirty tone and tries to overcompensate by adding bitch to it. Just like from Breaking Bad. For today, I prepared a coordination test. Coordination test? What does that entail? We'll test whether you can visualize in your head. You can also translate onto paper. Don't worry, it sounds more complicated than it is. Basically, we're just going to be drawing. During the first round of this test, we'll see how good you are at visualizing something you see every day. Preferably something you care about. Alright, let's memorize that bulge in his pants. We're gonna have to be drawing that soon. Something that you associate with joy. Like my sweet cat, Mr. Robson, who has a tragic backstory that took just so long to get through? Oh, correct. That's a great choice. I'll give you 60 seconds to draw Mr. Robson the best you can from memory. Are you ready? What are you doing out of those quotes? Is she ready? Is she not good at drawing? Mighty Odin only votes B, so I kind of assumed that's where that was going. Brum. Brum, brum. Brum, brum. Doot, doot, doot. Come on, you gotta get a tie break for me. I said nothing. Oh, yes, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go.
Ha
All right, time's up. Let's see.
Leon doesn't move a muscle while holding the drawing in front of him. Briefly, he looks at Dinosaur and then back at the drawing.
Are you proud of yourself?
Dinosaur holds up a photo of Mr. Robson next to her artwork to see how accurately she drew him. Yeah? Oh, I forgot his little thingamabobbin. His collar. Shit. Pretty close. Pretty close. Am I proud? No, he's actually that Joe. I thought that was for the bit. No. You know what my cat looks like? Maybe it looks like this. Oh, I get to be a tiebreaker. I'm gonna go with pretty proud.
All right. For the second round, we're going to do things a little differently. I want you to firmly hold on to your pencil and then close your eyes. Hold on, close your eyes first, and then I'll place the pen. For the next round, we'll see if you can visualize specific topics without looking.
ha!
In other words, drawing in the dark.
Dinosaur closes her eyes gracefully. She finds it very exciting because she cannot see what Leon is up to now. Could he be secretly watching me now? Meanwhile, Leon picks something out from under his nails and wonders what it is. He then smells it and looks disgusted.
I would now like to ask you to draw the following. An apple. You get 10 seconds. Are you ready?
Whichever one lights up first, I'm clicking on. Whoop.
Ready? Start. Time's up. Let's see the results. You can now open your eyes.
Oh.
Well, it was with your eyes closed, I guess.
Filled with pride, Dinosaur looks at her drawing and then confidently nods at Leon. Chris actually did draw. Yeah, that was my cat. Thank you very much. What's going on, Yaktaro?
All right, for the next round, we're going to make it just a little bit more difficult. During this round, I'd like to ask you to draw a clock in the dark, including all numbers and the hands at 5 o'clock. And also, it needs to be lifting a barbell. Also, it's in traffic. Please, close your eyes.
Dinosaur closes her eyes.
Aha!
Ready? Start. Whoop. Time's up. Let's see the results. Almost. My 5 looks a little funny.
Oh.
Quite beautiful for abstract art.
Dinosaur looks at her drawing with satisfaction and wonders whether she might have bat powers because she functions so well in the dark.
We're almost done. But we're bumping up the difficulty a little bit more. For this round, I would like to ask you to draw a human face, including all the features, with your eyes closed.
Full of unearned confidence, Dinosaur nods as she closes her eyes. She's a Batman.
Time's up. Let's see the result.
Oh.
Feel free to open your eyes now.
Oh.
I nailed it. Fucking nailed it.
Not bad, but you forgot the eyebrows. Okay, it's time for the last round. This is an improvisational round. During this round, you can draw whatever you want. A test of impulsivity and creativity. Whatever comes to mind. Even though the possibilities here are endless, a lot of people still feel this is the most stressful than a clear objective.
Dinosaur starts stressing because of the difficult assignment.
But don't worry, if it makes you feel better, not like these drawings would ever end up in a museum anyway. Nothing personal, kid.
Dinosaur feels relieved by this insult.
Oh.
Are you ready? Here we go.
You're done.
I don't like that they actually placed it in just one channel there. That was very bad. Leon softly whispers in her right ear. This micro ASMR session sends a wave of goosebumps all over Dinosaur's voluptuous body. It's like her goosebumps have read R.L. Stein's Goosebumps, particularly the whole Monster Mask like series of books, and also Monster Goo, the slime one.
Huh?
Wait a minute.
Oh.
What have you done?
Dinosaur opens her eyes.
Oh.
You ruined my ebony desk!
She feels guilty when she sees that she accidentally drew on the ebony desk. I'm glad I waited for the last one to write fuck. That way, like, this is good. Good graffito. I'm sorry. I couldn't see where I was drawing because my eyelids were covering my eyeballs. Leon tries to wipe away the art, to no avail.
Oh.
But when Leon sees Dinosaur's worried look, he's startled.
It's okay.
He says in a soothing voice. Yeah, that is not an ebony desk. What should I do? That's clearly mahogany. This desk was illegally imported. I assume we're going seductive here. Oh. Oh.
What?
Is there any way I can make it up to you? Dinosaur looks intently into Leon's eyes.
Oh, well, honestly, there is something I could think of I would like from you. Oh.
It's not my fault. You've been lying, saying that I took away your peace. Drowning by yourself, now you wanna be.
Leon just barely dares to look at her.
Oh, thank you.
Haha! If you ever want to teach me how to draw a cat like that, I would really appreciate it.
He holds up the drawing of Mr. Robson she drew earlier and studies it with a satisfied expression.
Sweet little guy.
I'll hold you to that.
You're really talented, you know.
There's a moment of silence as they look deeply into each other's eyes. But then, Dinosaur notices that Leon nervously looks away for a moment.
Well, I think we've put enough effort in for today. Will you be back next week?
I think so. She hesitates because she knows that if she continues therapy, she'll eventually have to share her secret. That she's one of those full-on reptilian species. Are you sure I shouldn't fix the table?
Oh, no, don't worry about it. You should probably first fix that little piece of snot on your nose.
Dinosaur is shocked and out of reflex immediately wipes her arm across her nose. A dumb choice, because everyone knows that now the booger is somewhere on her arm, which is probably even more disgusting.
See you next week.
Does everyone else think we're just in a dino suit? Everyone else is dog water dumb. For the rest of the day, Dinosaur wonders how long she had been walking around with a booger in her nose without anyone saying anything at all about it. Metal Solid Gear? Phew. Dinosaur is exhausted and flopped into her bed without showering. Her legs spread open. So her feet are still dirty for those who are interested. The fucking feet jokes might be the best. Next to her, Mr. Robson is purring in her arm. What shall I do? Pet his sweet little head, or just let him be? I'm not even waiting for you people to vote. We're petting his sweet little head. He's so cute, with his human nipples. That was another intense day, but I do feel quite good about it. Is therapy good for me after all? All right, from now on, I'm gonna refer to Gomper as, Gimper. Yes, I did see him again. His name is Hunk. What a unique name, huh? And that for such a modest man. I wonder why he talks to Dr. Leon! You're right. I know. That's none of my business. But I'm still quite curious. No, I don't think it's for his catnip addiction. That's generally exclusively a cat thing. Due to this exciting day, she's more comfortable than usual, and she starts to doze off almost immediately. What fresh hell awaits us now? Her phone, which is super coincidentally placed between her legs, vibrates. She now realizes she don't need no man. She just needs a Hitachi wand. Dinosaur gets startled. Oh, another message? Again? If this game... I don't care how much it costs you to make this game. If you didn't go out and get the licensing rights to use the song Open the Door, Get on the Floor, Everybody Walk with the Dinosaur, you're a failure as a developer. I hope you're watching this, maker of the game. Failure of a developer. I said it, not taking it back. Are you ready to be honest? Huh? Am I ready to be honest? Yes, Mom, or stop messaging me. She only needs check phone and hot chip. Post rage bait on Twitter. But what if it is her mom? Do-do-do-do-do-do. All right. The bees have it. Message sent. What do you find the most attractive characteristic in a potential partner? Was not was. Wouldn't even notice if their song was used. No chance. I wonder if any of them are even alive anymore. Alright, you guys vote on the most attractive characteristic in a potential partner while I find out if any surviving members of Was Not Was are currently alive. Whoa, 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 whoa. Years active, 1979 to 1992, which is where we got Open the Door, Get on the Floor, Everybody Walk the Dinosaur, from the seminal film, The Super Mario Brothers. And then, years active, 2004-present. This band, apparently, is still around. They had an album in 2008! Fuck! Humor! She's startled again when she receives a message almost immediately. One new message. For just a moment she hesitates, then opens it anyway. Did you know that this is what most people think? Referring to the first Super Mario Bros. Movie as seminal seems oddly appropriate, because semen. They were a one-hit wonder, weren't they? As far as I knew, I only know Open the Door, Get on the Floor, Everybody Walk the Dinosaur, because the Super Mario Bros. Movie is one of the greatest movies of all time. Is that true? She puts her phone on her bedside table and plops back down on her pillow with a serious look on her face. Who keeps sending me these kinds of things? Whether it's a wrong number or not, Dinosaur can't deny that it's interesting to think about. I have to say that humor does remind me of Honk. Those people are liars. It's about being reptilian and having giant badonka honkerinos. Maybe that's why I'm already secretly looking forward to next week. I know. That might not be the best reason to go. But if it motivates me to go to therapy, it might still help me in the long run. Anyway, I can't deny that Leon's also piqued my interest. I know how it sounds. It's weird to say because I barely know them. Tee-hee, who do I like more? That's hard to say. All right. I'm gonna judge you on this one. B? Really, Mighty Odin? You sick son of a bitch. That man is a serial killer and you know it. Wowza gazonga woo-woos. Last concert appears to be a show in Las Vegas. In 2010! That's the most outrageous part. Some people are into that shit. God.
Making us into one of these people? We like the danger of it all? Dinosaur dreams away for a moment. Oh, Hunk. For a moment, she fantasized about what it would be like if Hunk were here next to her right now. But then, in a flash, as an unexpected lightning strike, the fantasy turns into uncertainty.
But why would I even think about that? As if any of them would even have a spark of interest in me if they found out I was a monster. An actual dinosaur which emerged about 230 million years ago in the Triassic era as a split within the broader group of dinosauriforms. Oh, I'll always be so alone.
A lot of websites are saying they have information on their 2026 tour, but they all seem to be stupid.
That's a very articulated and substantiated point you just made there. Anyway, it's getting late. Let's go to sleep. Robson, you can't say that type of stuff in 2025 anymore.
When Dinosaur walks into the waiting room, she sees Hunk already sitting there. She notices the knot in her stomach, which she always felt before, is less prevalent today, knowing that she's going to have a moment with Chunk. Dinosaur wants to play it cool, but can't contain the smile on her cold-blooded face when she sees Hunk sitting. She looks at the floor shyly as she takes a seat next to him on one of the hard, uncomfortable chairs in the waiting room. They're just baiting out my goddamn screenshot button here. You like my max headroom presentation of this game? They're the one that put 2Ds there. I have no hope. I'm gonna have to do a max headroom.
Good morning, Hunk. Feels strange to call him by his name. What a coincidence to see you here today.
Good morning!
For some reason, he seems a little nervous.
He has a serious look on his appetizing face.
Still, he forces a smile at her.
What's going on? Cheer him up. Distract him. Ignore his emotions because he's a fucking slab of meat and he should know his goddamn place.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
I'm curious about distract him. Like, what would that entail? Dinosaur tries to wink at him but forgot that she can't wink. So just blinks at him once, maybe twice. He takes a deep breath. I need to talk to you.
I've never heard him with such a serious tone before. Is this gonna be bad news?
I do respect you immensely. And I appreciate the conversations we've had. Dinosaur nods attentively but slightly nervously. I wouldn't even go so far as to say I feel like we have a connection. I have no idea, Krios. It's not on the banned list, so I just rolled with it. The rules are, on Twitch, if there's a boobie that belongs to a presenting lady and it's got a nip-nop on it, and that's the focus, bad. But if you got honkerinos on full display, but it's not the focus, that's okay. So Cyberpunk, we can walk into a strip club naked. That's okay. That's fine. However, if I take the time to zoom in on my character's massive anaconda in Cyberpunk and we talk about it for 5 minutes, then I'm breaking the rules. Peripheral titties. The game is make a game that has as much nudity as possible, but doesn't get Twitch's rules violated. Because there's that game where you play as a penis and your goal is to like get inside other penises. I always forget the name of that game. It looks like a lot of fun. It has cartoon peepees. Nothing about it is sexual. Banned on Twitch. Banned on Twitch. Because apparently that's too much focus on the peepee. I barely know you. I understand! Yeah, genital jousting is banned on Twitch. And it's like, why? There's like nothing sexual about that game. But the focus is on genitals. If those were in the background of something else, then it would be okay. I want to share something with you that's very important to me. But man, I'm terrified that this is going to change things between us.
Share something?
He hesitates for a moment. Then he takes a deep breath, intended to muster up some courage. He then carefully slides his hand into his shorts. Carefully! He mumbles to himself as he appears to gently grab onto something.
What the hell is he gonna show me?
He slowly takes a glass jar out of his pocket. There is a lid on it, punctured with holes. There are about 10 ants in the jar. Not an impressive amount of ants.
Impressive.
Thanks! I caught them myself! I have ants in my pants! And that isn't as easy as it sounds, as these little creatures are tiny, fast, and fucking strong! Did you know that? Dinosaur sees that a weight has been lifted from Hunk's shoulders now that he has shown his ants. The stressed expression on his face turns to pride. Wait, that's it? Or ants? This is all going way too fast for me. Genital jousting is a desktop background. Yeah, if they were Dachshunds, be perfectly fine. The dev typed anus during development, just rolled with it.
This is all happening too fast for me.
Hunk is too busy staring at his ants to notice Dinosaur's insensitive comment. Did you know there is a spider called the ant spider? The spider pretends to be an ant, so it can get into colonies and do ant stuff. I pressed spacebar by mistake. Can you imagine that? That spider must live just as among a population that has no idea what kind of monster the spider really is. No one even notices spider and Lyra. Dinosaur awkwardly smiles while Hunk is still staring enthusiastically into his pot.
Yeah, really bizarre.
How cool is that? Living among the ants. I wish I could do that, man. I just love ants. Would you like to take an ant quiz? All right, so vote however you want. Doesn't really matter what I click on, because not really a nope. Those are the same. Huh? Oh, I didn't expect you to say no. I prepared quite a few questions too. Dinosaur found his passion and enthusiasm endearing. Did you know Max Headroom was Matt Frewer? Yes. He is one of those guys that I actually rather enjoy. Like, he is weirdly memorable in the Dawn of the Dead remake. Hunk wants to slide the jar back into his jacket pocket. He no have jacket, but for some wacky reason he misses and the glass jar slips out of his hands. The jar shatters on the ground with a loud clatter. Shocked, Hunk lets out a desperate cry. No! My life's work! Dinosaur is not emotionally invested in the ants, so she doesn't really give a shit. Hunk
Hunk falls to his knees and desperately starts searching for his ants.
Please, can you help me find ants?
Hunk looks at Dinosaur with pleading eyes. Should I help Hunk find his ants? Sorry, it says, should I help Hunk find back his ants? Who should have wrote this? A cracked out AI. Ebo natürlich. Dinosaur pauses for a moment to leave room for a compliment about her impressive language skills.
Thanks for wanting to help me.
Okay, we got a song in Japanese. Can you find an ant? Motherfucker, it scrolls. Spider. I don't think there's a singular fucking ant on this screen. Wait. Fuck you. I found one. Hunk eyes start to sparkle. Satan made this video game. Satan. This is Korean, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Listen, if they don't look like ants... Alright, that one... I found another one. Nice. Nice job, that's it, number 3. Shut the fuck up! It's purple because I already found it. I clicked on the spider like 19 times. Go to hell! Waiting room does look a lot different from this angle, don't you think? In the boat in the picture. Nope. Oh wait, it's the sun! It was the sun. Dinosaur gets down on all fours to look under the table. With a lot of unnecessary moaning, she managed to take a look. Gotcha! Found another one. As she turns around to show Hunk the ant, she catches him glancing at her reptilian buttocks while she was bending under the table. Hey, pretty sure there's no ants down there. That's what I'm doing. I'm clicking every damn dot and circle. Gotcha. Dinosaur shouts when she finds another one. The 4 limbs of the trunk. When she glances at Hunk to share a find, she sees his toned back glistening in the sunlight. I clicked on the power outlets. Like, if you see my mouse going over something, I'm clicking. Just one more. Trying to look up there. Maybe pick me up. He places massive hands on her hips.
Okay, careful now!
Even though Dinosaur towers above him, Hunk raises her in the air with the greatest of ease. Got it! Although Hunk has a firm grip on her, the slimy texture of her scales makes her slip from his hands. Mia reaches where she hits the ground. Hunk catches her romantically, causing them to end up face to face. Ooh woo! When their heads slowly moved toward each other, she could feel the veins of his forearm pumping with blood. The achievement pop-up noise. But then suddenly the door of the Leon's office swings open. What a shitty game. Salamander with big tits. Salamander with big tits, it's time for your appointment. Oh, I gotta go. Will I see you again next week?
Depends, as long as you don't lose your vision in the meantime. Acute blindness is a real thing. Anyway, come on in. Welcome, please. Take a seat.
Thank you. Dinosaur slowly places her butt on the chair opposite Leon. Can you imagine it?
Say, before we start, are you still talking to that guy in the waiting room?
Oh. Yeah, sorry. Maybe I should have discussed it with you.
I was wondering, did you notice anything strange about him?
Being that chair, I'm doing it right now. Seems like a nice enough guy with a six-pack, or getting strange messages at night.
Yeah, that was his lunch in his pocket.
Well, I don't know. Maybe this has nothing to do with him. But I keep receiving strange messages at night from an unknown number.
Strange messages? What kind of strange messages? We talking about those gifts with birds and human hands?
No, they're like... love-related dilemmas?
And you think this might have something to do with the person in the waiting room?
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah.
It's probably nothing.
Suddenly, Dinosaur feels like she's turning one of those molehills into a mountain. Sorry, it's probably nothing. Forget what I said.
Don't be too hard on yourself. Listen to your feelings carefully, and consider the fact that I said hard on, unless they're unreasonable and stupid.
Maybe you're right. But why did you ask me if I spoke to the man in the waiting room anyway?
Of course I can't say a thing because of doctor-patient bond I have with him. But let's just say that there are reasons why he's also seeing me every week.
Hunk's really into statistics. Yeah, he's just a stats man. He loves stats. His favorite game is that one that came for free on the Wii, where you just see what people vote for.
That guy must be deranged.
After Dinosaur declared Hunk is crazy, she starts imitating the sound of a cuckoo clock. Wii Sports? That's the one. A cuckoo clock that strikes 12 o'clock. So her joke goes on for far too long. Leon didn't laugh at the first two cuckoo sounds, so the chance that he'll do this the next 10 times is pretty small. The 9th time he does chuckle.
Anyway, how are you doing this week?
Starting to feel a lot better about myself, or I don't know, maybe I need another massage. We know what you're gonna click on. We know what you freaks are going to vote for, you sick sons of bitches. You thirsty degenerates. God damn, you sicken me.
Nice try. Today we're going to do the Rorschach test. In this test, I'll show you a number of ink blots. And since Mr. Rorschach apparently wasn't a very good artist, we're left to figure out what those spots are supposed to be for ourselves. These interpretations tell me more about your character traits and your subconscious way of thinking.
Dinosaur stares at the fly of Leon's pants.
Fucking ant on the screen.
There's one specific blot that I would like to interpret for him.
Oh, what's that filthy creature doing here?
With a terrified swipe of Leon's hand, the ants launch from the desk. That must have been one of Hunk's ants.
Interesting creatures, though, those ants. Have you heard about that ant spider? Beautiful creature, that.
Yep.
Oh. Anyway, it's time for the Rorschach test. Are you ready?
Dinosaur was ever so ready for this. But is she ready? Is she actually truly ready? Oh, looks like she's not ready. I was wrong.
All right, Dinosaur, here we go.
Leon takes an image from behind his desk with an abstract ink blot on it.
Can you tell me what you see in this ink blot?
SpongeBob SquarePants can be ready. Is it gonna be a rectum over and over and over and over again? Oh. No one saw this coming. Oh, wait. An upset from behind flower.
Interesting.
Leon carefully notes his finding as a notepad. Then he pulls out a second image.
And what about this image?
A bird, a veiny butterfly, an airplane. Or I don't know if it's just me, but I see a penis. I'm the tiebreaker here, huh? Oh, it's a veiny butterfly.
Okay, bizarre.
Leon scribbles his findings on papers.
Now, what do you see in the next image?
The sweetest cat on the planet? Wait, is this my drawing? One of those pretentious art pieces? Pure, unadulterated shame? The sweetest cat on the planet.
Cute! And what do you feel when looking at the following image?
A hammerhead shark, a bike, one of those Rorschach ink blots, another penis. Ba, ba. What's going on, Ephemeris? Dr. Leon takes another extensive note. As she follows his hand movements, he appears to write down the letters D, U, M, and B.
And then finally this one.
Leon holds his index finger up to his chin as he looks at Dinosaur questioningly. A reproductive organ. Ink blot in the shape of a penis. Full-on penile action.
Are you serious?
Full-on penile action. Wait, why do these images slightly resemble private parts?
That's just your interpretation. You have to understand that these are abstract ink blots and not something I made with my penis. What you see in this is a reflection of your feelings. To one person, his might be a soothing— oh, God. Typos are bad for me. To one person, this might be a soothing field of flowers, where to you, it lets you express your unhealthy obsession with my genitals.
Oh.
Dinosaur feels somewhat caught with this revelation. Leon finishes his notes based on Dinosaur's last answer and hesitantly nods. I see. He scrolls through the results. Yes, I think I see what part of your problem might be.
Wait. A diagnosis? Already?
Leon holds his index finger and thumb to his chin like he has done— like no one does when they're really thinking. Your desperate answer to these abstract blots makes it all too clear. How did I not see this before? I would say that one of these things that might be bothering you is that you are lonely.
If he already knows this, he's only one step away from finding out what the actual reason is. That I'm a huge carnivore that can grow up to 14 meters long and can weigh 8 tons. A dinosaur.
Dinosaur feels caught red-handed and starts blushing. Do you agree with this?
Lonely?
How are you today, Ephemeris?
She's just like me, FRFR. Maybe you're right. No, maybe you're right.
Studies show that social interactions and partnership are among the basic human needs for many. Maybe that's something to think about, unless you're some kind of cold-blooded reptile.
Okay, Leon. I'll think about it. In bed tonight. Naked.
Oh. Leon starts blushing. Dinosaur surprises herself and doesn't know where she got the goddamn nerve to act like that this today. Throbbing basic human needs.
I'll think about it very long and very slowly because of my walnut-sized brain.
Leon's breathing speeds up as she talks into his ear. Dinosaur is so close to him now that she can see his goosebumps appear. Whoa! Ew! Where'd those filthy animals come from? Oh. My apologies. This is no way to present my office. I'm going to clean it right away. See you next week. Perturbed by this game, but appreciative of your narration. Thank you. I'll think about this. I'm sunning myself in a warm rock to maintain a healthy body temperature. While she's patting dry some of her enormous, erogenous zones, Dinosaur steps out of the bathroom contently. She feels a lot more relieved after today. Hunk shared something with me that he never dared to share with anyone else. His ant collection. The way he opened it up to me gives me hope that one day I might be able to do the same. Also, Leon has already found out that I feel lonely. Do I really come across that desperate? Or is he just bringing this out on me? As she slips into her slightly see-through nightgown, she sees Mr. Robson already sleeping in his iconic ball shape. As she prepares to carefully lie down next to him, she sees her phone screen light up because a message come in. What a mood breaker. She already knows what's coming next. Must be one of those disturbing messages again. On her phone, she sees a message from the mysterious number with a question. Straight to the point, huh? Do you believe that you can sense when something bad's about to happen? The question gives her an anxious feeling in her gut. Can you? Can you feel the oncoming approach of disaster? As if this game's tone might shift suddenly into another story about animal abuse. At any moment, it could come. Completely spoil the game for you.
Nope. She answers the question, puts the phone away without thinking about it any longer. She's startled by the vibration of the incoming message. Irritated, she puts her phone on silent mode, but still catches a glimpse of the message. Did you know that this is what other people think? Yes, I think I could sense it. No, I didn't think it. Oh, you're in the minority for the once. Just leave me alone already. Catches herself saying this out loud by accident, but luckily Mr. Robson doesn't respond. Corners her mouth curled, she sees him lying next to her, peacefully, with his stomach up in the air. Dinosaur smiles at Robson and jokingly says, "You're no use to me at all, are you?" Immediately, the stressful thoughts fall away as she again realizes how Mr. Robson always makes her feel better, and that she should just have sex with her cat, apparently. But when her hand touches his six-pack, she instantly notices that something's wrong. Mr. Robson? A wave of terror shoots through her heart like an arrow. With her hand on his thigh, she gently shakes him back and forth in an attempt to wake him up. This is the very first time he doesn't purr when she touches him. Mr. Robson? The tone of her voice sounds concerned. Something wrong? Let me help you. But it's already too late. His muscles have already relaxed and his body's cooled down. I was joking that the tone was going to do another, wild swap, but here we are. Mr. Robson is Mr. Robson. Not blinking, Dinosaur stares at Mr. Robson, refusing to believe this is actually happening. Mr. Robson, no! Tears well up in her eyes as she desperately tries to come up with a solution. A solution that does not exist. She tries to wake him one last time, but to no avail. Robson! Stream of tears run down her face and her nipples. Sorry, I know it sounds inappropriate in this context, but that's just what's happening. When she carefully lifts him up and hugs him tightly, she sees a letter where he was lying. Her hands are shaking while she picks up the letter as she tries to wipe the tears away from her wrist. The letter was written by Robson and addressed to her.
Lieber Dinosaurier, wenn Sie dies lesen, bin ich leider nicht mehr am Leben.
He was German. I had no idea. I'm deleting a recommendation I put into another streamer friend. This is some BS. It's weird. It is weird that they wanted to go with, like, this as the B plot. If you're reading this, unfortunately, I'm no longer alive. Although we preferred never to think about it, we both knew that this adventure called life would one day come to an end. One of the writing decisions of all time. And I'm glad that in my case, this was largely by your side. I know that you're afraid of being alone, and that this will be difficult for you. But believe me when I say that I will always be with you. Every one of our memories, every adventure we experience is now a part of you. And this way, I will always be a part of you as well. As I write this, realizing how cute that must look, I wonder if cats go to heaven. Probably not, because I once played with a pigeon until it was dead. Didn't even eat it. Realize that, I just did it for fun. Anyway, want you to know that I'm proud of you. You're afraid you're a monster when you were the only one who always treated me with love. You're afraid of how people would react to you if they really got to know you, when this really should be their greatest honor. You're afraid that your pants are too tight, while I would only make me see your anal lips better. Dinosaur, I hope that even a few of these words can bring you just an ounce of extra happiness. Because if there's someone who deserves it, it's you. I will wait for you until our paths cross again. Except if someone makes a pss, pss noise in the afterlife. Then I might rub my sweet face against his shin and I'll maybe follow them. I love you because I am very sweet. Farewell, Mr. Robson.
Dinosaur gasps for air, she sobs uncontrollably.
Oh ja, und nur für den Fall, dass das Gerücht
Oh
wahr
yes,
ist,
and just in case the rumor is true that you poop when you die, I put a $50 bill in the envelope so you can get some new sheets. Sorry about that in advance.
Tut mir leid im Voraus.
There is no $50 bill in the envelope. A tear falls on the letter, right after the word farewell, as if it were the full stop that ends the letter.
Even when he wrote his farewell note, he only thought about me. He was so sweet.
Dinosaur struggles to realize what has happened as she plants a kiss on his little cat face. A storm of panic and thoughts rush through her head. They all flow chaotically through one another in all directions, all with only one conclusion.
What do I do now?
It's all too much for her. She can't control the flow of tears. This moment is even more sad than when Leonardo went under in the Titanic. The overwhelming feeling of sadness physically hurts her as she cries. She gently presses Mr. Robinson's body against her one last time, his dead face between those big melons.
Now I really am all alone.
Farewell, my friend. Like, this is clearly a parody of visual novels, but the parody is in the, like, overly sexualized direction of visual novels. And while a bunch of visual novels try to tell, like, dramatic stories with dark twists and plot points in them, they typically don't clash totally like this. Like, this probably should have dropped the cat nonsense and just kept the cat as a cat.